Butch, let's talk a minute.
What is it?
You okay? You seem a bit more on edge than usual.
I told you, Havana and I got some history that ain't so great.
Care to elaborate?
Not particularly. Look, I'll be fine. Once we finish, I'll just pop another sedative for the flight home and everything will be swell.
You mentioned you got sedatives? Could I have one?
Do I look like some kind of dope peddler to you?
No, I just thought having one might come in handy.
Planning on slipping someone a Mickey, are you? Okay, I'm not gonna judge. Knock yourself out.
That isn't quite my plan, but thanks. You know anything else about this Morales guy?
I've heard the boss mention him a couple of times, but aside from what I already told you, nothing.
Do you think he knows we're coming?
Guess we'll find out, won't we?
Why does everything we do have to be so opaque?
Because if you go shouting your business from the rooftops, there's a good chance you'll wind up getting clipped.
Let's get back to it. Mind if I join you for a moment?
Not at all. Please, have a seat.
The name's Alfie Banks, by the way.
Humberto Suarez. Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Banks.
You seem like a man with taste. You in here regularly?
I am, yes. I find this place is an excellent spot to unwind. Aside from that, we get many tourists like yourself in here, which gives me the chance to practice my English.
Can you tell me anything about Manny Morales?
I see him in here regularly, but I've rarely spoken with him. People of that sort are not the type I wish to associate with. I'm sure you understand.
I had a little chat with the girl outside. She says you owe her some money.
I'm sure I have no idea what you are talking about.
Is that so?
Mr. Banks, if you wish to come in here and join me for drinks, that is one thing. But to blatantly insult my honor by implying that I would hire that floozy?
Relax, it was just a question. I meant no harm by it. Listen, I feel bad about what I said earlier. Can I make it up to you by getting you a drink?
I won't say no to that. What are we drinking?
Some whiskey, perhaps.
An interesting choice. Arturo, try me those whiskeys. Thank you, Mr. Banks. That was quite enjoyable. If you'd like to have some more, I will not say no.
Butch, let's talk a minute.
What is it?
Butch, I need you to help me out with a distraction.
What do you need me to do?
Get Umberto's attention while I'm sitting at the table. I'll give you the signal when I'm ready.
Okay, I'll be waiting.
Let's get back to it. Mind if I join you for a moment?
Not at all. Please, have a seat.
How about we have another drink?
Excellent. What are we drinking?
Some whiskey, perhaps.
An interesting choice. Arturo, try me those whiskeys.
Excuse me, do you speako the English? I want el drinko, pronto.
Really? Such rudeness. Thank you, Mr. Banks. That was quite enjoyable. If you'd like to have some more, I will not say no.
This is what Umberto was carrying. I hope it's enough to settle his debt.
It will have to do. If you want to get in to see Morales, just knock on the door and tell whoever opens the slot that Rosalinda sent you.
Got it. Thank you. Rosalinda sent me.
Well, this don't look so good.
What the hell happened here?
Looks like our friend got himself a bad case of lead poisoning.
He doesn't look like he's been dead very long, but I didn't hear any shots.
Something ain't right here. This has setup written all over it.
I'll have a look around, see if I can find anything that might tell us more. Someone beat us to the punch, it seems.
Not right now, Banks. I'm thinking.
So Morales at least knew Fatty existed. Maybe he was expecting us. These windows are the only other possible way out of here, and they're both locked. So Morales was meeting with someone already, even though he knew about Fatty. Wait a minute. Butch, we've been so wrapped up in figuring out what happened that we forgot the most obvious question. If Morales was already dead when we got here, then who opened the door?
Gentlemen, I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but the Havana rum running trade is currently under new management.
Who the hell are you supposed to be?
I'm the new boss.
Same as the old boss, I'd wager.
Be quiet, Yankee.
Why did you kill Morales?
It was time for a change of the business. He held a monopoly on rum export for far too many years now, not giving others like me a chance to shine. I would say that was rather unfair, wouldn't you?
We came here to make a deal on behalf of Fatty Walsh back in Miami.
Yes, I know this. I'm sorry, but as the new head of the business, I will have to politely decline your offer.
I don't think Fatty will be too pleased by that.
That's not my problem. I have more reputable clients I can deal with. Walsh is nothing to me.
You sure about that, Chico?
Please, put the gun away. There is no need for this nonsense. There will be no deal with Walsh. That is final. Now please, be on your way before I...
What did you do that for?
The asshole deserved it. Now let's get out of here before these Cubans start asking questions.
This is just great. Another assignment gone to pot. You really need to work on that itchy trigger finger of yours, Butch.
Look, I said I was sorry.
Is that what we're supposed to say to Fatty? Sorry, we couldn't make the deal because Butch shot the guy in the face?
Banks, I'm really starting to...
Gentlemen, please. I've heard married couples bigger less than you two.
Stay out of this, would you?
Fine. If you want to go back to your boss of failure, I will.
What are you talking about?
The man who went in and killed Morales was Rogelio Vargas, the only other major rum runner in town. His takeover attempt has been a long time coming. The other night, Morales told me about his meeting with Fatty Walsh's men. I knew Vargas hated Walsh and would make his move if he knew about the deal. So I tipped him off. Vargas took care of Morales, and you took care of Vargas, as I expected.
So you played us all. But why?
Isn't it obvious? There is now a vacancy in the bootleg rum trade. You can go home and tell your boss I'll be happy to open up a route for him.
How about that?
Yeah, how about that? Let's go, Butch. I'm starting to see why you and Havana don't get along.
So, we still on for next week, Rosa?
Wouldn't miss it for anything, handsome.
Huh? Fine, I'm coming. What?
Boss wants to see you. Says it's important.
Fine, tell him I'll be up in a few minutes.
Who is that?
Mrs. Grundy, come to tell us the party's over.
Oh, forget that noise. Just come back to bed.
Afraid I can't. I'm not in the habit of ignoring orders from upstairs.
Fine. Your loss. Will you be long, handsome?
Not to worry, sweetheart. I'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Why don't you go ahead and freshen up for when I get back?
Yes, sir.
Glad you could step away from the broads and booze long enough to come see me.
Are you gonna give me a hard time, or are you gonna tell me what needs to be done?
Hey, easy now. No need to throw an ing-bang over there. Here's the problem. I've been hearing about some chump out in the swamp brewing his own moonshine and trying to compete with me. The day some classless redneck pulls one over on Fatty Walsh is the day I die. I need you to go out there, find his shack, and sabotage his operation.
The Everglades are huge. How am I supposed to find one shack in the middle of all that swampland?
You'll find a way. There's a camp of prospectors settled near the start of the Tamiami Trail. They'll probably know a thing or two.
Right. I'll take care of it.
Oh, and before you go, take this. It can be pretty hairy out there, so if you run into any trouble, you won't be left high and dry.
Finally seeing fit to give me my own gun, huh?
It's been long enough. You've earned it. Now get out there and see what you can find.
Hello, sir.
What do you want, city boy?
What exactly are you doing out here?
Trying to find something of value. This land's been worthless since the hurricane in '26, but it might be good for farming. Haven't had too much luck so far.
Anything I should know about the Everglades?
Well, it's full of critters that just love to take a bite out of your fancy suit. I wouldn't stray too far from here unless you got good reason to.
You seem like a man who's seen a fair bit. Do you know of any moonshine runners set up out here?
Moonshine? I never touch the stuff myself. You got the wrong person if you're looking for it.
It's not quite like that. Let's just say I'm looking for one particular individual for other reasons.
Well, now, I ain't gonna ask too many questions, 'cause you city folk don't bring nothing but trouble. But I can tell you the surest way to find a moonshine runner is to follow the smoke.
Smoke?
Sure, the stills let up an awful lot of smoke. They try and hide it so the law won't catch them, see? But they usually leave some sort of instructions on how to find them as a backup. Matter of fact, I found this old piece of paper behind a tree the other day. Maybe it'll come in useful to you.
I see. Thanks for the information. I'll be going now.
Go on, get.
Could I borrow your machete?
Can't imagine a fancy suit like yourself using one of these. Go ahead. It'll be fun to watch.
Go on, get out of here!